Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Andrew G, and welcome to episode 47 of my podcast, The Public Affair. I'm really excited to be recording this episode of the show, and thank you guys so much again for all your support. You know, it's like every week you guys don't fail me. I get this little mini panic attack every Monday and think, okay, is this going to be the week? Are they done now? And you guys are never done, and I really, really just appreciate it. 47 episodes strong. You guys are the greatest. Thank you guys again for all your support. Thank you to Rogue Media Network with Mike Hamilton and Aaron for everything that you guys do for the show. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I want to give a big shout out to everybody in town that rides with this podcast. You guys are the best. So thank you. I love you. All right. So before we get started with this really great episode, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. He's a family-owned local paint company that specializes in residential homes, both interior and exterior. He has the best quality guaranteed. So if you need your home painted, of course, you're going to call my boy Juan Arjon with Arjon Painting, longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. And I'm trying to get him on the show, but he's like, I don't know, he's acting all crazy, whatever. Thank you so much, Juan, for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to B&J Refinishing with my boy Frank Biza. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. Of course, he doesn't stop there because we all know that he also has Co-Town Tint, which is a mobile tint and detailing business that offers the best high-quality film and products and will be all competitive prices. Frank don't play. He's all about the business. Love me some Frank Biza. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal, whose shirt I'm wearing today. It's an extra large, just so we can throw it out there. He focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. He's a jack of all trades. He just put the auto start in my car. I'm like absolutely loving it. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Monreal, for hooking me up. Of course, to Sid Rodriguez with Elite Barbershop located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero over there, Chris Reyes, and Santos Cordova in case you need a nice haircut for the weekend, make it look all fresh for your day, whatever, you know, single like me. Anyway, thank you so much, Sid Rodriguez, for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. David Santabanez is the #1 real estate agent in his office. He'll help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. Of course, to Kaylin Flores, episode out now. Kaylin Flores with Dollhouse Aesthetics and Beauty. Kaylin and the girls offer a full-service salon with body contouring, lashes, eyebrows, makeup, and hair, and more. It's truly a premier beauty salon. Call the number on the screen or follow on social media for more info. Kaylin, girl, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. And, of course, to Four Brothers Constructions with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, renovations, plumbing, roofing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. He does it all. Joe, thank you so much for all your sponsorship, all your help. I love you and all your love. Call the number on the screen for more details with Four Brothers Constructions. More to come later. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm really excited to do this episode. I got somebody different on the show. You know, a lot of people tell me, you have a lot of Latinos on the show. I decided to switch it up a little bit of Asian persuasion. That's right. and of course, I had to grab the best. So I'm here to talk about his life growing up, dropping out of one of the most prestigious colleges in town and becoming a world-renowned barber, or, you know, soon to be world-renowned barber, is Mr. Luke Wu. How you doing today?
Hey, Andrew. Thanks
and I just wanted, I'm so happy that you came on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a long time coming. You've been a long-time fan. We've run into each other several times, and I was always interested in, you know, getting to know your story. And like we were talking outside, I did just minimal research because I wanted you to spill it all in The Public Affair with me. You know what I mean?
No, that's perfect. That's
yes.
perfect.
Now, are you coming from work? You're looking very snazzy. What's going on here?
No, this is how I dress for work.
Okay.
I'm
here.
I'm here.
Okay, God. I'm fresh out of work. I'm trying to, you know, keep the eyelids open, whatever. You know,
yeah.
But you know what? Wu said, I'm tired of you bitching on all your episodes that only the girls buy you presents. So Wu got me some nice red wine, some Cabernet. He knew I was going to the beach this weekend with my friends, so I said, thank you, Wu. He knows I love my red. You know, I stopped drinking. Like, I don't drink a lot anymore, but this, you know, a glass of red wine.
Yeah, me neither.
You know, yeah.
It's a
my slutty Andrew G days are over. I kind of miss them sometimes. I really do. Like, but I got business, all right? I can't be bloated and, you know, beached whale and shit. Okay?
I mean, you don't have to drink the wine just for, you know, to get drunk. It's for the taste. The delicious taste.
Woo, please. Okay, I can't. You know how you go wine? I can't go to the wine and food festival anymore. I'm banned. Okay,
okay.
That's it. They said don't bring him back over here anymore. He's over here giving out advice he has no business giving out. I was like, no, I'm sorry. Okay, no, I'm not really sorry, but you know, I gave really good advice that night. Just by the way,
to each their own.
To each their own. Exactly. Well, Luke, do you want me to call you Luke or Woo or
Luke is fine.
Luke. Okay, Luke. You know, outside of this, I've always called you Woo, so I'm gonna try and get used to the Luke.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
is it annoying? Is it annoying?
No, it's. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but it's more like I mean, I guess it's convenient. It's it's an onomatopoeia, so it's very.
Don't be using big words on my show, please.
It is what it is. Onomatopoeia.
That was that word that you dared your friend to spell when you were a kid. Stop this.
Yeah.
You know how to spell onomatopoeia?
I think so.
Spell it now. Let's go.
Man, I haven't done spelling bee since elementary school.
You want to use big words on this show, the thesaurus words and shit. You better spell onomatopoeia right now. You don't have to if you can.
No,
okay, I'm sorry.
I dropped out of College, so I don't do books. So,
there you go.
I retired. Retired.
No more education for you. He said, F that. You know what, Luke, I'm very excited that you're on the show. I truly, truly am. And, Luke's like, why me? Like, you've had 100 barbers on the show. Like, what's going on? It's more than that for me. Like, Luke had a really cool story to tell as far as, getting accepted. You were at Baylor University, correct? Dropped out to become a barber. To me, it's a little bit unspoken. Like, I know that there's a lot of college dropouts, but I really wanted to know what was going on in your head. We also spoke a lot about bullying when you were younger, so I kind of really want to touch on that too, because I think it's important for people to talk about. I haven't really talked about it on the show. You know what I mean? Especially two grown-ass men. And people don't do that, and we're just going to touch it. But before we get into all the good, juicy stuff, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are for the people who may not know.
Hey guys, my name's Luke Wu. I'm 24 years old.
Oh, really?
I'm a Korean American guy.
Okay.
Currently living in Waco, Texas, but in 13 days. Well, I guess not 13 days.
Oh.
But in
a
few days after the show airs, I'll be taking.
Oh, you're
off.
Leaving.
Yeah, I'll be taking off to Tampa, Florida.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay, I'm glad I caught you when I did. Snatching them up.
Thank you very much. This is. This is the company I'll be working with.
Oh, okay. Is that a barbershop out there?
So this is a barbering company out there that does barbering hardware, software, continued education. Owns 5 shops across Tampa.
Oh.
Great. Probably the best opportunity I could get as a barber. So
that's
I'm
really
working
great.
With, great Tune 45. Big shout out to my fellows over there in Tampa.
Can you make them all watch, please, so I can start?
No,
so I can move to Miami on the beach.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll be in Florida too. Yeah.
Show all your Florida friends. I lived in Florida for 6 months. Not enough to make an impact. Okay?
Oh yeah, I'll pick you up and take you.
You better. Look at that. He's already treating me right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay. So don't judge me that I thought you were Chinese because I left Chinese food. You know what I mean? But Korean. Did you grow up at all in Korea? Or
yes, I did.
Okay. Do you speak Korean?
Yes, fluently.
Can you please speak Korean right here, like for now, for a second?
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 우인재고요. 지금 이 팟캐스트를 리코딩하기 위해서 이 스튜디오에 와 있습니다. 네.
I love it. What did you just say?
My name's Luke Wu, and I've come to record a podcast in the studio.
That's so awesome. Can you say that Andrew G is the best ever and that you love him? Not no gay shit. Just that he's cool. Yeah.
Andrew G 이 친구는 정말 대단한 아주 좋은 친구입니다. 네.
Yes. I love it.
Perfect.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, so you spent some time in Korea. How old were you when you moved over here?
So I was born in Seoul, South Korea.
Okay.
And then I moved over to Baltimore as a kiddo.
Oh, okay.
And and then I went through elementary, and then after 6th grade, or towards the end of 6th grade, I moved out of Baltimore to Korea. To Seoul, South Korea, and then lived there for 7.5 years, and then came to Texas, straight to Waco, Texas.
Did you like it? From Baltimore?
Baltimore was, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
You don't miss the snow though, huh?
No, I love the warmth. I cannot do the cold.
Oh, so Florida's perfect for you.
Perfect. Well, I actually really love Texas. I could if I could just pick a place to live, Texas would be the place.
Waco, Texas, or just Texas?
Texas. As long as it's in Texas, it's probably the best. But you got to go where the opportunity resides.
You know what? I guess since I'm losing all this weight, it really doesn't matter. Like I don't sweat and breathe hard anymore, so it is what it is. So
but
I love the cold. Like when we had that ice cap just a few months ago, I loved it, but I didn't like that my power was off for so long. I was like, what's going on here? Okay, why y'all acting? All right, turn my heater on. Damn, I love the snow and shit. I don't know about all that extra shit. Okay,
no good.
Yeah, okay. So you moved to Texas. Remind me how old you were again. Was it after high school?
Yeah, so I graduated. I graduated high school over there.
Oh, so you came here to go to Baylor?
Yeah, I came straight. I had never been to Texas. I'd never been to the South.
Talk about a culture shock.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And then I had to adapt. I had been out of the country for 7.5 years.
Okay.
The last time I left right after Obama got inaugurated, and that came in 2016 summer. And then it was quite different. And
Yeah.
so I was like, wow, this is not the United States I remember.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not the America I remember. And so,
Okay.
yeah, so it was just like, wow.
Yeah, okay. I see. I moved here from New York. I've said it on the show before. I'm
Right.
from Long Island, New
Right,
York,
right.
and so I moved to Lorena. Well, excuse me. We lived in New York, and then I moved to Florida. I lived in Hialeah, Miami-Dade County, for like 6 months. And so, and then we moved to Texas. And I was like, oh, hell no, this is like a punishment. I can't do this.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I want to talk to you a little bit about your life growing up. No, before that, it was so cute. So I always talk to my guests before they come on the show, like see how they feel. Because, the show is very risque. Listen, we're 47 episodes in, and Luke has seen the show from the ground up. Okay, so thank you so much for
episode 1.
I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And, Luke, I'm not saying this to bash you at all. I just want there to be awareness that there's people naturally who have reservations for coming on the show. Not necessarily because of who I am, but just because how I am. You know what I mean? Like they're scared that it might be a little bit too pushy, which I want everybody to know because I've had a little bit of flack outside of the show for this.
Really?
I have. A lot of people have given me shit for the things that I said on the show or how I've interacted with my guests.
Right.
The purpose of having the show was for me to be able to prove to myself and to others that I can interact with somebody like you, a straight man, normally, and it wasn't no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I can make the jokes. Like I work with a bunch of heterosexual men. They're very macho and they joke with each other all the time. Yeah. And then like I just had one of my, I'm just gonna call him out on the show, Mauro, and I actually had a conversation the other day. My friend Marlon Maldonado. And he was telling me, like when I first met this one gay guy, he was really pushy on me. And then he had tried to sleep with me and it made me really uncomfortable. And I met you and you just fit in. So I can see why people have reservations about me. Because I make jokes about sleeping with straight guys all the time and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I never I hope you never felt like I pushed myself on you inappropriately.
No.
And because I think you're handsome doesn't mean that I'm necessarily trying to sleep with you.
Right.
You know?
Same way I might compliment a woman or a lady and be like, wow, you're a beautiful lady.
I just had Kaylin Flores on the show with her triple D titties. I loved her titties. Like it was great. Shout out to you, Kaylin. And she sponsors the show too. Yeah. So, it's just for fun. You know what I mean? Like everybody get their foot out their ass. That's all. And there's people that ride with it and there's people that get it. And then there was some people who were just like, you're doing way too much. And I was like, I don't watch. I don't tell you. You know what I mean? So, but thank you for, not letting your reservations hinder you from coming on the show. I really
no
appreciate
worries.
it. Yeah,
no worries.
That's all it is. I just want us to, have a conversation, whatever. Okay, so thank you.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Okay, so Luke and I met. When did we meet? Was it last year?
I think the first time we actually met in person was the Christmas party that I was invited to. Jay invited you, I guess both of us, to his place.
Jay Carbajal, he was on the show.
Yeah,
yes.
Great friend.
He's really
one of my closest friends.
He's helping me make new shirts. The shirts, I think they're out now. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Whenever this episode airs, we're on order. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's where I met you in person. And then the other time the second time I met you was like a month ago when Jay's niece's birthday party.
Yeah.
But again.
Well, but we also ran into that time into each other at Crickets too. Remember we ran into each other because you were by yourself.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
No, I was. Yeah. No, it's so funny because like all the it was all like all the 3 times that I've met you in person was after work. And I was
really?
All 3 times I was like, I'm wiped out.
Yeah. And it was so cute to see you, like you just went to Crickets and while everybody's kind of just doing their thing at the nightlife or whatever, you just wanted to sit there, eat and relax. Is going out to eat by yourself the norm for you? Is it like, a lot of people kind of criticize that. Like, why are you going out you have to be a loser? I've done it once or twice. I'm not going to lie. Like after a tiring day, is that just something that you just enjoy to do? Like have your own you time or? Was I being invasive when I came to your table?
No. My job is as a barber. Right. I'm talking to usually 60, 70 guys a week.
Oh,
and
I want that job.
Well, also, that's as a heterosexual man, that actually is a disadvantage because I've forgotten how to talk to women.
Oh, really?
It's like I'm like.
Hello, what am I doing?
Yeah, no, I've mastered the art of talking to guys.
Really?
Like of all socioeconomic statuses. Okay. And I'm like, I can adapt myself like this.
Do you feel like you can adapt yourself to Andrew G in the public affair?
I think we've gotten along pretty well.
We have. He
so
spoke
far.
Korean on the show already.
Yeah,
He's already tickled my fancy quite a bit. So yeah.
Yeah, and so I have to get used to it.
Yeah.
And I've always been a loud talker and I could go on and talk about all that. And so it's kind of like second nature,
Uh-huh.
for me to, be okay with people just like, hey,
Yeah.
Of course, going to Baylor or university life also enhances something like
Right.
that.
Okay.
And to go back to your question, I food is a big part of my life, and so whether it's meal prepping, I'll usually sometimes some weeks I'll meal prep, some weeks I'm just like I just want to explore more food.
Right, I got you.
And I'll eat. I'll get off from working from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Nobody's going to come out.
Yeah, because it was an awkward time of the night when you came to cricket.
No, it was like 9:30, 10.
It was, yeah. But, it was really sweet. Like, first of all, it's 50 pounds heavier, so everybody shut up. Okay, and I might have been just a little bit drunk. Because I think that all the times that we've met outside of Jay's niece's birthday party, I was toasted. Remember, we have this joke, because I don't remember if you remember, but I was toasted at his house for Christmas.
Yeah.
Remember? And I gave you my drink and you were feeding it to me. he does not let me live it down. And I was like, I thought woo was cool. Like, you just didn't care. You were just like, oh, okay. I was like, woo, more wine. You know what I mean? Do you remember that? I thought it was great. I'm sorry.
Wow, I'm surprised you remember it.
I do, yes. Well, because I've only been, when we talked, like, when I used to drink heavy, I used to, be disgusting, sloppy, fat, 300 pounds, anyway. You know what? I really want to talk to you about your education. Mm-hmm. So what struck me differently was that, I feel like Baylor is one of those schools that you have to work really hard to get into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's one of those schools that, don't you have to be accepted in or whatever the case, or you have to make like really great grades. You have to work hard to get into it. It's not like just like MCC where you can go apply. It's like, okay, here you go. And would you agree or not?
I mean, I think our standards might be a little bit different.
Okay.
I come from a family where, like, my dad went to school at Johns Hopkins Medical School.
Okay.
My parents' cousins, like my, everybody else, like my grandparents, all of them are, professors. Went to MIT, Harvard Law, Harvard Med.
Oh, shit.
Like Yale, Stanford, UPenn, Dartmouth.
Oh.
Like the Cornell, Columbia, like the list goes on.
To prestigious
like everybody, like that was normal.
Yeah.
Going to a top 20 or top 10 or top 20 university in the United States was very normal.
Okay.
And so for me, actually Baylor was just like what is that?
Kind really?
Of the moment. It's like everybody's like,
were your parents like, excuse me, Baylor? Like, no.
Well, so they didn't know. Well, first of all, we've never heard of Baylor because I was supposed to. Like Baylor, in terms of rankings, Baylor is like around the 60th mark out of.
They're
like,
not that lit. Like we're trying to.
I mean, it's a great school.
Right,
I personally, I made it a very strong. I made it a priority to go to Baylor.
Okay.
Out of all the other more highly prestigious schools that I could have gone to, I chose specifically Baylor because of not just the academics, but this more of a specifically the spiritual side, the religious side.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, it was, I personally wasn't like the smartest.
Okay.
I guess again, I think the standards are a little bit different.
I think our standards are different because when you get accepted into Baylor, that means you made really good grades. Like,
yeah, but
I would have never gotten accepted into Baylor. Okay.
No, but I, again, the people I was around were like, duh, it's like you like. Why can't you get above a 3.5 in high school?
Okay.
Like
okay, so because your mom, I guess, is the same way. If I'm assuming correctly, like she's very highly educated.
Yeah. Like
so
she was a classical pianist. Like,
oh wow, okay.
Like nobody is just like, oh, just a whatever. Like,
yeah,
everybody's like very
is nobody just a barber in your family? Is that what's going on here?
Everybody in my family is a college graduate,
right?
Or university graduate, not just a university. Every single person.
Okay.
I'm the one that's like.
Are you kind of the black sheep then of the family?
I guess like I'm the one that's like obsessed with living in the South. I'm the one that's obsessed with, like being a conservative. I'm the one that's obsessed with being a Christian. I'm the one that's obsessed with, serving at church. I'm the one that's obsessed with, I dropped out of Baylor. That's okay.
Yeah.
Or like I'm the one
and your family's so completely different then. It's like we went to these really prestigious schools. You were supposed to do the same thing. Is that what's kind of going on?
It wasn't like, you're supposed to do the same thing, but it's just like, what else can you do?
Right. Like that's so weird. Yeah.
And so
because my parents were happy with C's and D's, like So
no, but
there you go.
Well, I think they had most of the problems my parents had was if you don't do your best, that's a no-go. But they knew that if I did my best, I could get all A's, and so that's why, if you have a non-A,
Yeah.
they're a little more reasonable in terms of like the general spectrum of the Asian community. Like,
Okay.
I mean, there's a stereotype, right?
Yeah.
Like
Asians
everybody,
are smart.
Asians
Everybody's
are smart.
waiting. Just break the ice. Yes. That's what everybody's wondering.
But like, here's the thing. But like,
Yeah.
that's just the expectation.
Okay.
There's no like, stereotype. Oh, their brain must be different. No,
Right.
it's just that is the standard.
Yeah.
You just work hard. You don't like you excel. Like you don't just go with the flow.
It's
no,
not
you don't
like
go
settling
with the
for
flow.
less or anything
No,
like that.
you try your best. Like that's the big.
So is that the
big thing.
misconception that we have? Is it just because the expectation maybe is more strictly valued?
Yeah.
Maybe not valued. That's lack of a better term. But maybe it's more strictly enforced. Is that the correct word in your household or an Asian household?
I mean, now it's since the 2000s.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things have shifted, even in the Asian American kind of group, people group. More. I mean, it's more like third generation Asian Americans, fourth generation Asian Americans, and so those people have kind of merged into the Western societal values versus the first generation and second generation. Everybody was very like we just came across the ocean from a boat. Like we need to make stuff happen.
Got you.
We can't just lounge around and expect my grandparents. No, like they didn't like my grandparents didn't have anything.
Right.
And they built up.
I got you.
So
I feel what you're saying. So when you go to Baylor, right? And so what were you majoring in?
I shifted my major quite a bit.
Okay.
I mean, I started off with elementary education.
Yeah.
And then I went to
education.
and then went to undeclared, then went to corporate communications, and then I went to finance and marketing.
Christ,
and and then I dropped out. So
okay, got you. Yeah, so you were just all over the place at school.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? So you're in school. How long were you in school before you dropped out?
I went for a year and a half, 3 semesters.
Okay, so why all of a sudden are you just like, I'm done with this. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Baylor. Like Baylor University. It's changed my life. It means like the world to me.
Okay, great.
The reason I left this university was because it wasn't because I hated the university like most people apparently. That's what I've heard. And
some people don't like Baylor. I don't know.
Well, just university, like school.
Oh, like school.
But but like I left school because I found my passion that was burning hotter than my desire for staying at Baylor.
Okay.
And so, which was barbering. Right. I discovered.
Really? So how did you? Okay, so then that leads me to my next thing. How did you even discover that? Like, so you're like in college, okay, and you're supposed to be like, per the expectation of your family, supposed to be getting this prestigious degree, and you're supposed to be in the medical, whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're just like, barbering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which barbers are great. You know, I have a barber that sponsors the show. My barber, I love him. He's a boss.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a great field to get into. You're kind of your own boss type thing. What did you see in that made you just be like, screw Baylor, F this, I'm done with education, I'm going to be a barber?
Again, my attitude was not, screw this.
Okay.
Most of my clientele is surrounded by Baylor, Baylor athletics, Baylor, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And so it was more so that I discovered barbering as a passion. And so how I discovered my passion, I guess. So I grew up never ever going to a barbershop. Like I went to like salons, great clips, whatever. Just getting, whatever haircuts.
Yeah, we did that too. Just
like I just got whatever haircuts.
Yeah, okay.
And
is that the name of the salon? Whatever haircuts. Was that what it was called?
I might have been.
That's what happens when you go to those types.
No,
because
like when I look at old photos, I'm like, golly,
that
like
was
this,
whatever.
But I lived. I didn't really know about style and anything like that.
Listen, I used to be a cue ball. All right, I used to go to the whatever haircut.
Yeah, but that's okay. And so
no, it's not.
The first time I went to a barbershop was for at the end of junior year for prom. A lady at my church that I was in youth ministry with.
Okay.
She approached me and said, "Hey, you want to be my date to my prom?"
Ooh.
And that was 2014.
Okay.
And so I was like, cool, why not? I mean, she's amazing. Like she's an amazing person. And so I was like, yeah, but I wanted to impress this lady. And so
So you're like, no more whatever haircuts. We gotta get the real deal. Holy
yeah, so I had to, but then at church there was a leader in the church that just always looked perfect.
Really?
His hair. And so I was like, okay, I got to go to wherever he went.
Yeah, I got to go to his church.
Yeah. And so I went and I got this haircut from that barbershop.
Okay.
And I was like, and got styled with the appropriate pomade or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh.
This is life changing.
Like, I got first comb over of my entire life. I was like, oh, wow.
Now, do you remember the barbershop that you went to? It was in
Seoul. Yeah. So
Seoul.
So after 6th grade for 7.5 years, well, after I left Baltimore, towards in 2009, until 2016 when I came to Texas, I was in Seoul this whole time.
Okay, I got you.
Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah.
And so during that, so I got the haircut. I'm like, wow. And so I kept on going to that barbershop, and that barbershop is dear and very, very, very dear to my heart.
Oh, good.
The Outro Barbershop in Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah. What's the barber's name?
Dongkyu is his name.
Dongkyu.
Yeah, Dongkyu is his name.
Hey, Dongkyu. Shout out to Dongkyu.
Yeah.
Slide my DMs, Dongkyu. Okay, good.
And so I came to Baylor.
Okay.
Obviously, that trend continues. Oh, right. I want my hair to look amazing.
To go to a barbershop.
And so I've first year I went to different barbershops and then I shaved my head because so it's more serious now.
It's more
a friend that was down the hall. He's one of my best friends, Cole Harrison. He got I think diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma cancer.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that. Yeah,
and so we were just like, okay, in
so
solidarity.
You did it,
So
him.
he got his cancer like a month, like 4 weeks into college, and it's like he had to go back home. So we, several of
Is he
our
okay
friends.
now?
Yeah, no, he's cleared.
He's good.
He's good to go.
Okay, God.
He's living a great
life.
life.
How scary. Yeah.
And so once the hair started growing out again, I went back to different barbershops.
Yeah.
And then I went to King's barbershops King's barbershop toward the
shout out King, shout out Christian.
King's Christian,
yeah,
Matt.
Shout out Christian and Misa, who I've been wanting on the show. Mondo. Okay,
all the barbers are excellent.
They're
people.
really nice. I met them.
Amazing, top notch barbershop in Waco.
Shout out to them.
And so I
tell Christian to come on the show, please.
No, please, Christian, come on the show.
Christian, I don't know why you're scared. And Misa, come on, let's go.
Christian, you know that you're one of the movers and shakers in Waco. Okay, you are one of the movers.
Yes,
and shakers.
my barber Sid said the same exact thing. He said Christian has done so much for the community. You should have him on the show. I don't know, Christian.
I don't think he realizes it. Like Christian, you have changed like how, like the community of Waco. He's introduced me to like the rancho culture. The
rancho culture.
Go on a ranch. Like I mean, he's got a goat hanging from the tree. Like I'm just like slitting it. Like cooking it,
making some
stewing it up.
And stuff?
Like tripas. Like I'm like a big Mexican Mexican culture fan now.
Yeah. Just you go to the things and stuff.
Yeah, like he's the guy that introduced me to.
Well, since you guys are so close, please tell him that it's okay to come on the public affair because you did it.
Yeah,
yes. Okay. Thank
but
you.
Anyway,
and Misa. Okay, good.
Yeah. So
Misa is Denise Balstar's brother. Anyway,
and so I jumped around barbershops and then landed at King's.
Yes.
And Matt cut my hair, and I was like, okay, like this is it. I went to like 20 different barbershops across town, and nobody really like satisfied me back then. And so I was like, okay, like this, I'm gonna keep going here.
Right.
And then right around that time, I was obsessed with my hair, styling my hair,
for sure,
getting haircuts.
It looks very nice, by the way,
3 weeks. Thank you very much.
I wish I had your hair.
Thank you very much.
God. Yeah.
And so it's every 2-3 weeks, getting my haircut, styling it up or whatever, and the haircut. There's the haircut portion, and then there's the hair product portion, right? And like that was one of my biggest things. Collecting hair products was a big passion of mine that derived from that pomade, the first pomade that I used for my first comb over, and then there I started collecting. I still have like over 100 hair products.
Oh wow, really?
And in my closet, I'm
all Johnny B over here.
and it's just like like I love products, and so through college I started collecting more and more, and then because I'm on a budget, I can't buy everything. So I went on YouTube, Google, to look at pomade reviews.
Okay.
To review, check out their reviews and see, this is what I want. And then, down the rabbit hole of YouTube and the internet I discovered YouTube barbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. There's barbers on YouTube.
Okay.
Just like that.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, just like that company.
Just like you can keep their hat on there if they want. They can get
big plug.
Because I want them to remember when I go to Florida and I move over there that they were on the public affair first. Okay?
Tomb 45.
Yeah, there you go. Tomb 45 or
Tomb 45. Yeah.
Tomb 45. Okay.
That's right.
I'm getting Tomb Raider. All right, go ahead.
So I discovered several barbers on on YouTube.
Got you.
Initially I was watching them put product in their hair.
Right.
Again, product was more my passion.
Thing, yeah. Okay.
But as I watched more of these barber videos, and I realized after about a year, sophomore year in college, I'm like, okay, like I need this is what I want to do.
This is what you do. Okay.
Like,
so when you make the decision to drop out of college, Baylor, and you decide I'm going to do, but were you practicing already while you were in school?
Yeah. So this was sophomore year. And then,
Right.
after watching so many videos, I was like, okay, why not try this out by myself? And so I borrowed a pair of home use wall clippers from someone down the hall.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the CL's community leaders, which was at Baylor. And I cut some people down.
Was your first haircut a hot mess?
Yeah, It was bad. It was like stairs on the head.
Hey, shout out to Abby who said the same thing.
No, like Abby used to cut my hair. Like she's amazing.
I love shout out Barber. Abby. I love
Abby.
Yeah.
Abby, she's amazing. But anyways, it was terrible. But after about 15 haircuts and continually watching these YouTube barbers, and then I realized, wow, I could make a career out of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Like one of the guys that inspired me that made me realize that I could make a career out of this was the founder of this company.
Really?
Chris Basio. He's amazing friend, amazing barber.
Okay.
I mean, world class. Like he's
Chris?
literally one of the world class educators, barbers, barber educators, entrepreneurs. Like he's
and you're about to go work with him.
Yeah, and he's a millionaire barber. Like he's one of the
up?
he's one of the millionaire barber, few millionaire barbers in the world.
I'm gonna come visit.
Please do. I'll show you.
Yeah, you can say, excuse me, I was on Andrew G's podcast.
Yeah.
In Waco, Texas.
Yeah, and so
hopefully by then I'm a household name.
Yeah, and so once I realized that I could make a career.
Okay.
And then I went back home for winter break.
So when you broke the news to the family, right? Yeah. Okay. So when you say, hey, I'm done with this education bull crap.
Again, not bull crap, but I just found something better.
Okay, you were just like, hey, I'm done with this. What was the reaction like?
They were just confused. Well, because again, I told you, like everybody got a bachelor's degree.
Got you. Okay.
Everybody, every single one.
And they're like, so you're not gonna at least finish?
Like what?
Did you feel like you needed to finish at least first?
Yeah,
like
sure.
You might as well finish school.
Well, because I didn't know what alternative there was. I didn't know like as a barber, I meet so many people of so many different occupations.
Right.
And like some of these jobs I've never heard of. I'm like, how are you making $150,000 a year? I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah, for sure.
But like, again, school was like, going to university was like the only way I knew how to live life.
Right.
And then, so I had to explain to them like this entire thing that I just explained to you. Of course, much more detail. And so I'm like, okay, like I started collecting hair products.
Were they upset?
They were just confused.
Yeah. So not necessarily. Well, obviously now, I mean, probably to them they maybe look at it different. Like, hey,
no. He makes money. I don't have to send him money. So
there you go. Well, and then you get to go. You met a lot of connects in town.
Yeah.
You were able to build a really good clientele. Obviously, so you're somewhat known in town. Well, known in town. Excuse me. And you get to go to Tomb 45 in Tampa. So that's a pretty good opportunity for you. So maybe now it's like, hey, look, I didn't have to go to that prestigious university or get that bachelor's degree.
Well, back then, like when I dropped out and once I finally okay, like you're good to go. You can do that.
Right.
And then I came back to Baylor, and then the Friday before I dropped out, or Friday before school started, I dropped out, and then, Baylor back then Baylor didn't do a dropout. They did you can indefinitely hold your academic records.
Oh, okay.
And so I could.
Did you indefinitely hold your academic
records?
Yeah,
so it's still on hold. So I could go back 30 years later. I could still
and just pick up where you left off.
Yeah. And
they
have apparently they have all the scholarships, everything on hold.
I got
you. Anyways, and so once I dropped out, they were good to go with that, and like.
So they were okay with it.
Well, they just like, okay, well, we'll see where this goes.
Right.
Because I've had fads before, so you're interested in this.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
And so they thought it was a fad.
I bet they were over there like, yo, you better get your stuff together. Stop playing with us.
I mean,
were your parents paying for your school?
They were helping me out. But I was working on the side too.
Got you.
Whatever.
You were doing your thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, I think that's. And so, where are you barbering now?
I am at an amazing barbershop called Butlers Barber Lounge.
What's that, Butlers?
Working with my coworker Corey.
Okay.
Corey Zavala.
Shout out to Corey Zavala. We're friends on Facebook. I saw that.
Yeah. Amazing man. You should have him on too.
Yeah.
But I mean, he used to work at King's with me.
Oh, really?
Okay. And like I think he joined the team. I think 20.
Yeah.
18, 20.
And so there's no bad blood with you and Kings,
No.
right? Y'all are all cool.
No.
Because like, isn't that what happens? Like you guys work in a barbershop, then you open up your own thing. Eventually you become competitors.
See, again, Christian is like one of the most Christian is one of the most amazing people. Like he encourages
for you to do that.
Like for you to do whatever you want to do.
Okay, so let me say you're very right about that. Because when I did talk to Christian about coming on the show, we went over, my friend Mauro Maldonado gets his haircut by me. Right. And so we went over there and he said, well, I'll come on, but everybody here has to come on with me. So there's like
all the barbers?
There's a lot of barbers. So he wants to give exposure to everybody, which I'm so with.
Yeah.
But look at this room.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are we gonna fit you?
No, so you're gonna have to get a 35 millimeter lens, like a wide angle lens, and get
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike's working on a music studio, and maybe
perfect.
we could do it. We were gonna do Splash in there because Splash made it sound like he was gonna bring 20 people with him.
Okay,
and
perfect.
We made it.
Perfect.
And so maybe when that's the case, we can get it in the music room. It'll be cool.
Perfect. You could have 3 chairs here and then 4 chairs in the back, and move the mic around.
But but when my barber, especially when he refers another barber, I think that's really cool that you guys do that for each other. Because like, he referred Abby, Joe Cuts, like everybody's really cool with each other. I really like that because you guys are in the same type of working environment, so you can easily become nasty competitors. But everybody like is really kind of just like hyping each other. I mean, would you agree for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough hair to cut.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Again, there's McLennan County,
so
there's 250,000 people.
Right.
Half of them, let's say, are men. 125,000 are men. Let's say there's 100 barbers in the McLennan County area. Are you going to cut 1,200 people?
By yourself? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So
it's not, to get into the drama and the politics, it's not even that serious.
I mean, people that choose drama will choose drama.
Exactly. So. And if you're nice, you're nice. So it's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, nice at cutting hair. You know what I mean? You know what? I think that's so awesome. So shout out to Corey Savala. Shout out to, what was it called? Butlers?
Butlers Barber Lounge.
Butlers Barber Lounge. Shout out to them. And of course, shout out to Kings. Christian, when you're ready to come on the show, Misa, when you're ready to come on the show, let's go. If there's another barber over there we need to talk about, let's do it. Shout out to Manda, who works over there. Shout out, of course, to my barber, Sid, the barber, Elite Barbershop. I love him. Me and Sid have been like writing for each other since the very beginning. So I'm very happy and very honored to have him as a sponsor. So, okay, you know what? I had to stop crossing my legs. I act like because I lost 50 pounds, I could just cross my legs, right? That just started hurting. All right, so here's something that I kind of wanted to get into that we spoke a little bit about on the phone, but I didn't want to elaborate on because I wanted to elaborate on the show. You mentioned growing up that you did face bullying. And I think that's an important topic to talk about because we haven't really talked about it on the show. Like I've been very open about some of the things that I went through just a couple years ago. And what did you get bullied for? Like what was that all about? And how did you feel like was there long-term effects?
Okay, so again, to preface it, you can ask me anything. You can ask about my mental illness, my bullying, my whatever family dynamic, whatever you need to ask me. I'm an open book. Like
I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's what, like my personal Instagram. Like I don't open all that to just anybody.
Right.
Like I felt comfortable with you.
Thank you.
Scoping through if you wanted to.
But that was so cute too. He was like, "Well, did you scope my Instagram to find out?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna ask you about it when I ask you on the show."
Yeah, no, that's fine, which is fine. But like I felt, I'm an open book.
I'm so happy that I feel like a lot of people should be like that, and I can understand the reservations that people behind that have that, like they don't want to be open books.
Yeah, I used to be like that, but then I grew up atheist, but then I found Jesus at 17, and that's changed you would literally run away from the monster I was before 17. Before I'm a completely different person. I used to never smile. I used to again from long-term bullying. I was bullied for around a decade.
So what was that for though? Like why was it just like normal kid things, or were you just different?
Yeah, I mean it would start off in kindergarten or super young. I just like first of all, like when I was a kid, like my interests would be very different. Like I remember small things like in kindergarten, like I was in a pool, with it was all field trip day or whatever, pool day or whatever. Like everybody has something that they're interested in. I was the only one that was interested in some other thing in the pool. Yeah, and I'm like, everybody's like, where is he going? Like, and so obviously I was just a weirdo. Okay, a different person, should we say? Right. And so I've never I've just been weird. Like this whole journey of my life, dropping out of school, that's already weird apparently. Okay. Different, or should I say?
For the most part.
You know,
maybe to your family. Yeah.
For a lot, I mean, for a lot of people, they're like,
okay.
"Whoa, you
That's
dropped out of college to be a barber?"
That's fair to say, yeah.
You know, and so like my life was just littered with different, weirdo and all that, and you know, so from that being a kindergartner,
right,
elementary school, you know, I had questions all the time.
Okay.
Like, you know, I was the question kid at
Yeah.
school. Like, hey, why did you have to explain it like that? Or?
Did bullying play a part in you being an atheist?
No, I grew up atheist.
You just grew up atheist.
Yeah, we didn't have religion in the family.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, I don't think, only a couple people are
Right.
Protestant Christian.
Yeah.
That are, again, they never grew up. I don't think anybody really grew up Christian.
Yeah, for sure.
There are some Catholic family folks.
Right.
But yeah,
I think it's so sad to think of baby Luke being bullied. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
like little
I mean,
kid,
but that process
Yeah.
from, let's say, kindergarten, like 5 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
That's a
15,
lot of years.
16.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, more than a decade.
Right.
You know, I had like, you know, like the friends that I like could really rely on, like friends, maybe 2 people.
Right.
And like I always ate lunch by myself.
Oh, wow, really?
Like always.
Mm-hmm.
And so like my life is very different now.
Right.
And so it's pretty hard to imagine, like, for a lot of people, like, whoa, what is that?
But don't you love seeing that like girl who bullied you when you were a kid have like 8 baby daddies and their job?
I actually you know? Like I don't have any connects with them anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, or not. I
Well,
never
live in
did.
a different country, so.
Well, different country, like,
Yeah.
you know, again, I was the weirdo, so
Right.
why would they ever want to
I got you.
get to know me?
No, I think that a lot of people, what they don't talk about is that bullying, even as children, like it does have a long-term effect on how you treat people and how you are
Right.
as a person, as an adult.
Oh, of
and I
course.
do believe that bullying exists in adulthood too. Like I think that
Oh,
there's a lot of adults that bully other adults.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I've had it happen to me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about because it's not right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what do we show our youth like when we're bullying each other?
I mean,
as adults, you
and
know?
I mean, even, like I've had someone threaten me in a gas station with racial slurs, like that. I mean,
Really?
in Waco, like
in
you know,
Waco.
yeah, and
Oh,
like
wow.
I mean, but like that stuff exists. Like we
Okay.
can't. It's not like we can just like that doesn't exist. Like no, it does. Like
Right.
I face it. Like, you know, if I want to cut some particular texture of hair, they look at me and like, that guy wants to cut my hair.
Right,
Like,
right.
Does he know how to cut my hair?
Well,
Like,
you're a licensed barber.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
yeah, and then I show him some pictures, like, oh, okay, like you can cut
Right.
hair out. But I'm like, okay, you know. So but that's something. You know, you can only change yourself. You
Got
can't
you.
change the circumstances around you.
No, you cannot, and you cannot change a person who does not want to be helped either.
Yeah, and so you know that's
Yeah. But so was there a point in being bullied that you were able to overcome it? Like, what was it that you were just like, yeah, screw it? Like, you know what I mean? People are gonna say what they want to say. I'm done. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think there was ever a point where I overcame bullying.
Okay.
Like, on my own accord.
Right.
At least once I was getting bullied for whether when I lived in Korea, whether
Yeah.
I spoke English or read Harry Potter.
Really?
Like, why are you reading an English book, you Yankee? Like, you know, someone's like, or like,
They say that?
yeah,
In
no,
Seoul, South
hey,
Korea?
hey, Yankee, like,
Yeah.
go back home or whatever.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, where is home? Like,
Yo, can I
Korea?
read Harry
Like,
Potter? you
you know,
know
like,
what I mean?
but in English, they're like, but all these Koreans, I'm like, what is this American doing here? And then, like, why are you here? You know, but like, I was never invited either way. you
Right,
know?
right.
And so once, I think, I mean, I just dealt with it.
Right, yeah.
Like, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't all verbal. Like, I mean, like growing up, middle school, like I would get beat up, like on the floor, like 10 guys on me.
Really?
Like,
What, just for no reason though? Or?
I mean, I was being annoying, or I was asking
okay.
too many questions, and I mean, I'm not saying I was faultless, but like,
Right.
I just was a weirdo. Like,
Right.
I know I'm a weirdo.
Okay.
You know, but I'm okay.
I
with
don't think
it.
you're weird now. And you know, if anybody was in this room, he smells really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you smell very like great. Okay,
thanks.
I don't know if it's the
Appreciate
hair,
it.
but I know it's very off topic. I just wanted to count that in.
Yeah.
So,
But like,
Yeah.
well, now I'm okay with
Okay.
myself, and
Yeah.
I'm confident with myself. But back then, like
Yes.
I mean, I still struggle with mental illnesses and whatever.
Okay.
You know, bipolar, PTSD.
Do you today?
You know.
Today, are you like medicated on that? Or?
No,
Okay.
no medication. I was on like many different psychiatric.
Really?
Like, it's funny because my dad's also a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And so but like it was a mess.
Okay,
like,
got you.
Let's say that. My
So,
life
so
was a
you know
mess.
what? I kind of want to touched into that. So, you talk about, Mike, you talk about suffering from being bipolar and, mental illnesses. Like, why not choose medicine to cope with that? Like, because no, why not choose?
Well, so I did.
You did. Okay.
Well, I used to. Like, I have ADHD, PTSD.
Yeah.
I can't even remember, like, chronic depression.
Right.
Like, suicidal, like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I have so many things.
And you used to take medication for it.
Oh, yeah, because again, that was a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I got you.
Here, take this. Or he would refer to his, friends that are also doctors. And, like, get a third opinion. And also get medicated or whatever.
Because that was the first two opinions.
Yeah, and so I did that for a while, but like my life just went down the spiral more and more. Because
of the medication, or just
I mean, the medication was just for me to be normal, like study, like.
So I was gonna I'm just gonna ask here. Okay, do you think medicine is beneficial for people with mental health problems?
Yes,
you do. Okay,
but I think it was the circumstance that didn't allow that medication to be helpful.
So do you think that it's a temporary solution to a long-term effect? Do you think eventually you just kind of have to get over your mental issues?
No, I mean, everybody's situation is different.
It's different, right.
My case was I was radically changed by my faith.
Okay.
That was my biggest thing. Like, all of this is, I still struggle. Again, I'm not saying, no Christian will ever say that they're perfect. Like, that is blasphemy.
Okay.
But like
you got saved.
Yeah, so I met Jesus, and so like,
what's up, Jesus?
Like, and that like changed my entire life.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I was on like multiple medications,
right?
Like, that were like, like that I was addicted to. Like, these drugs contain like amphetamine, like like these drugs contained like,
because people abuse those medicines. That's what I'm saying.
And I was abusing it.
Yeah, I got
you. Like, because I got addicted to it. Like, because I couldn't function without it being. Anyways,
those people end up being Looney Tunes, not for nothing. Like,
I mean,
they do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so once I met Jesus, and towards the end of 10th grade, I gradually didn't need it.
Right.
Once I my life stabilized completely.
Right.
Like, my life just revolutionized. It was a miracle.
You found solace in like prayer and stuff like that, then.
Like, just like the key principle of Christianity is like literally if I'm talking to a non-believer or whatever, I would not be talking about, hey, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Like, why are you practicing these things? Why are you doing these things in your daily life? My first thing is to talk about, hey, do you know this guy named Jesus Christ?
Right.
Like, that's my first thing.
Okay.
Like, he's the one that changed my life.
Gotcha.
Like, and I say this all the time. I am not. He is the owner of my life. I have no ownership over my life. Like, I don't own my life.
It's getting really crazy in here.
No, but
I like that's you.
It's like, literally.
I like Jesus too. Jesus is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
we're gonna have a conversation when I get to heaven.
No, but he's the coolest guy. Yeah. But again, he changed my life, and I personally didn't need any medication after that.
Okay.
And like, through finding, again, realizing, school wasn't for me, and I found the career I like. I'm living the life I love, the life I'm cherishing.
Right. Nobody's behind you. Okay. I'm watching.
The life I cherish. Like, I'm surrounded by the friends I love.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. he might be standing there because he's.
He's omnipresent. He's everywhere.
There you go.
But I am happy.
That's good.
I'm happy.
That's what's most important.
No,
Luke, is your happiness.
I'm so happy that I didn't need any of this.
Good.
Then I could cope without medication.
So being saved, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's the literal biblical definition. Is
I don't know. Tell me, because I've never been saved in my life. So
no,
I met a guy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I had Silas Nasita on the show.
Yeah.
And
great guy, amazing.
Love Silas. And then I have a guy who I met outside of this. I don't want to. Anyway, I met a guy who he told me, I used to be like a big man whore, and I used to drink and smoke and FBs all the time, and I don't want to curse in front of Luke now. And so,
you could.
Thank you. Okay. But he said like all these things, and then he met Jesus, and it's really crazy to see how people who have like been saved. I don't. That was disrespectful. People who have been saved, I use the air quotes. That their life they really become like this really happy or just. Like very level-headed person, you know what I mean? What is it like? What is the process of being saved? Like I don't understand.
Man, this is you should have my pastor Jonathan Pokluda on the show.
He was the guy who did the pornography episode with Silas. I have a lot of questions for Jonathan.
Out of all the people that I recommended being on the show, he is number one on my list. Like, you should most definitely, if he's okay.
I want to know what the experience is like of Jesus coming to,
And he was a pastor that was overseeing a national scale ministry, called The Porch, at a church called Watermark, which is one of the biggest churches in Dallas. Yeah. Or I think in the nation. But you should definitely have him. He will definitely get a better description of that. But for me, as I understand it from Scripture, and this is all from Scripture, so an individual, all of us are born with sin, right? And we are at fault with everything, right? And once we accept that as a person, we accept that Christ has, as a God and a man, fully man and God, has come to live among us, and he was crucified for our sins. Right. Because sin in God's eye is the payment for that is death. And so Jesus paid the debt with his perfect life and his perfect death, that he he released us from that bondage. Okay, gotcha. And therefore, so that we don't owe God anything, and we have an opportunity to live forever in the afterlife and transform our current life.
Listen, I believe I'm going to heaven. I pray every night before I go to bed. Me and God, you've seen the show. You know what I mean? I've revealed some things. Me and God have to have this nice little talk before I get into heaven. You know what I mean? He's probably got my room outside the gates. You know what I mean? You stay here for now. You know what I mean?
But again, I really think to get a further understanding, that's what pastors and ministers are for. They study so much with that.
But you know what I like about you too, though, is that you don't shove it down anybody's throat. Anytime that I've been around you outside of this recording of this podcast, I got to be myself. I got to be the slutty drunk Andrew. I got to be the loud, obnoxious Andrew. I got to be the cool, chill Andrew. You know what I mean? Like, you're not judgmental. That's what I like about you.
If you're judgmental, I'm not helping anybody.
Exactly. Tell that to the people who were saved.
Even if I want you to join me in our believers world, I guess, being a Christian, if I'm being legalistic, that you should do this, that is not the core of Christianity. Right. I'm not doing nobody justice.
Shout out to my girl Cece Fajardo, who said the same exact thing.
Yeah, and
Adrian Fajardo's wife.
Yeah, and I love that episode, by the way. That was episode 6. Yeah. But again, I do my part to be a great brother to everybody, and anybody that
you do great at it.
Yeah, so
you do great at it. And shout out, just real quick, shout out Cece, who taught me how to put cinnamon in my coffee grounds, and that's how I told a girl, that's how I know Jesus speaks to you at night, because that's everything. You know what, Luke, I really appreciate you coming on to The Public Affair. I feel like I got to know so much more about you on the show. Am I missing anything here? What? Okay, so you're going to Florida. What's next for you?
So I'll be working again.
Okay, leave the hat on the table.
I need to bring out.
Okay, because I want them to share this episode. I'm trying to brand outside Waco.
2:45. I don't know if this is a good thumbnail.
No, there you go.
Great thumbnail.
Create your own thumbnail, right?
But 2:45, I'll be working with them and working at one of their 5 barbershops across Florida called Headlines Barbershop.
Headlines.
Anybody from Waco that's flying in, has got a cut from me or has known me personally, reach out when you're there. I'll pick you up from the airport. I'll get you a haircut.
Pick us up from the airport. I want the whole shebang.
No, because I genuinely appreciate this town. I've been here since 2016, so it's been 5 years and I'm gone. Right. This town has transformed my life. This life. I mean, Waco is, as much as I always say, Waco, it's a small town. I grew up in big cities, so I'm not used to.
You know what's great? I had Dominique Rocco Bolts on the show.
And great guy.
Yeah, I love him. And he talked about, a lot of people think that there are opportunities in a bigger city, and I think that now people like him, and I have to say even people like me are paving the way. Paving the way, creating opportunity. There's that can be done in this town. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be only in Dallas, only in Austin. he wants to be able to create jobs and stuff for his
Right.
community. I want people
Right.
to know you don't have to go to a big city just to podcast.
Right.
Like you could do it here.
Right.
In Waco.
It's
I
just
did it, and
different.
it'd be
It's just
lit.
it's
You
just
know
like
what I
a
mean?
different set of.
Yeah, you know, I think
know.
that again, I always say that the people who talk crap about living in this town are the people that don't got no business going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All you do is feed into your little drama, have 8 baby daddies, and whatever. You guys got to create opportunity for yourself. You guys have to be go-getters.
Right.
You have to go out there and do your thing. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. Like honestly, this life is way too short to be sitting on.
Exactly.
A dream. You know what I mean?
And that's
Do
why
your thing.
that's how I got this.
Big shout out to Tomb 45.
Tomb 45.
And
Amazing.
you're gonna have them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, please go
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, please go check them out at tomb45.com.
Tomb45.com.
Yeah, they have like 45 products with dozens of
go.
patents on them. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna go, and hopefully I'll find my man out in Florida because it's definitely not here in
Yeah,
town.
no, I'll pick you up. Let's go.
And don't you love it? Jesus saved that he's gonna pick me up to find my man. I love Woo. Yes. You know what? Thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair. I really do
Anytime.
appreciate it. Again, we can catch you at shout out to your barbershop one more time.
The Butlers Barber Lounge and soon to be Headlines Barber Shop.
Headlines Barber. Oh, they're gonna be Headlines Barbershop. Oh
No,
no, you're
I'm-
working
well,
for
no,
okay.
I'm going to- yeah.
You're going to.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got. And shout out to Corey Zavala again.
Uh-huh.
I've only met him on Facebook and stuff. So, but yeah, big shout out to him. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting my podcast. Again, Luke has been one of those people that's been watching since the very beginning. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for accepting me and loving me for who I am. And
Hey,
I have to
thank
say,
you.
big good luck to you in all your endeavors.
Hey, thank you very much, Andrew.
Yeah, for sure. I do appreciate it. Before we wrap up and I do my sponsors, I do want you to say one more thing in Korean.
Korean.
Yeah.
But you're also, by the way, you're bilingual too, right?
Yes, I speak Spanish.
The same thing.
Yeah.
I'm bilingual
Do you
too.
speak Spanish?
No,
I know
I'm
you
bilingual.
speak Korean.
Yeah,
Okay,
Korean
yeah.
and English.
Can you tell the town that? No, I don't know. Say something. I don't know.
이 팟캐스트를 시청해주시는 모든 시청자분들 정말 감사합니다. 제가 도움이 됐다면은 구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.
What does that mean?
Thank you for watching this podcast.
Yeah.
If you've benefited from this, please press the like and subscribe
Oh,
button
I
on YouTube.
love it. Yeah, we got to get that. And make sure you guys do subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Public Affair.
No, YouTube is the way to like enjoy this podcast.
Oh, for sure. Thank you. Right, the visuals.
No,
Yeah,
the
you gotta
visuals,
get
the visuals are like next level.
It's everything.
No, it is. It is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the cabaret that I'll be bringing to the beach this weekend.
Anytime.
Yes, I sure do appreciate it. Thank you guys again so much for all your love and support. Before we go, I definitely want to give a shout out to a couple more of our sponsors of the Public Affair. Of course, the Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic and Ariana Gutierrez. They're located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have open play on Friday nights and specialize in soccer training and fitness training with Dominic Gutierrez and Isaac and London Carrillo. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of the Public Affair. And of course, I can't go without thanking Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. I just got my Botana tray yesterday and it was delicious. I love. Oh God, they're so. Oh, I had you tried it?
Yeah,
you liked it, right?
And also, Christian again has botanas out.
Oh, he has botana. Okay, but when you had it at Jay's,
Jay's
it was
thing,
good, right?
it was amazing.
Fat Boy Michelada and Botana offers the best micheladas and botana plates for yourself or for a party. They're locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest. Thank you so much to Junior Banda for sponsoring this episode of the Public Affair. Again, to thank you guys all so much for all your love and support. The community of Waco has been really good to me, and I'm very, very grateful. And I can't wait to branch out into bigger markets and out of town, and take it to Tampa. All right, you got to do me that favor.
Ditto.
Right?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you guys again so much. I love you all, and don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. That's it.
All right.
That was fun.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.